You ever feel like this world is just a little too much sometimes? Well, today, we're diving into a story that asks a really wild question. What if you found a secret door to a simpler time, hiding in a place you see every single day, like New York's Grand Central Station?
I mean, just think about it. You're late, you're rushing to catch a train, you take a wrong turn down some corridor, and suddenly, you're not just in a different part of the station. You're in a different century. That is the incredible idea at the heart of our story.
And that's our narrator, a guy named Charlie. See, all the officials, all the maps, they'll tell you Grand Central only has 2 levels. But Charlie, he says, nope, you're wrong. He knows there's a 3rd one because he says he's actually been there. I mean, what a claim, right?
So who is this man making this totally wild claim? All right, let's meet him.
This is Charlie, and he's just a regular guy. 31, works in an office, just trying to get home to his wife, Louisa. He's not some kind of adventurer or thrill seeker, and honestly, that's what makes his story so strange and so fascinating.
Now, as you can probably guess, not everyone's buying his story. It's so out there that he even talks about it with his psychiatrist friend. And that brings up the big question of the whole story. Is this 3rd level a real place, or is it all just in his head?
And this is the real heart of the conflict. On one hand, you have Charlie, who is absolutely convinced of what he saw and experienced, but on the other hand, you have his psychiatrist friend, Sam, who has a much more logical explanation. He thinks it's just a fantasy, a kind of daydream to escape the stress of real life. And you know, Sam kind of has a point. He says the modern world is just full of stuff that makes you want to run and hide, right? Insecurity, fear, war, worry, you name it. So from his point of view, the 3rd level isn't a real place, but a mental one, a little doorway Charlie's brain created to find some peace.
And Charlie gets it. He really does. He agrees, yeah, pretty much everyone he knows wants to escape from something. But he pushes back with this really great point. It's one thing to want to escape. It's a completely different thing to actually find a physical place to do it. He's sure his experience was real.
Okay, so let's hit pause on the whole is he or isn't he crazy debate for a second. What did Charlie actually see on this so-called journey? Let's walk through it with him.
It all started off pretty normal. He goes down to the 1st level, then down again to the 2nd. But then he ducks into a doorway heading to the subway and gets lost. The hallway starts to angle down. It feels weird. And then, boom, he's somewhere completely new. I love this because it shows you exactly how Charlie thinks of the station. It's not just a building to him. It's alive, like a giant tree, always pushing out new tunnels and hallways like roots under the city. It's kind of a magical way to see such an ordinary place, isn't it? And once he's on this 3rd level, wow, the proof is everywhere. Everything just looks old. The flickering gaslights, the brass spittoons on the floor, the way people are dressed with their derby hats and handlebar mustaches. Every single detail is screaming that he's not in his own time anymore. And then he finds the smoking gun, a newspaper called The World, which hadn't been printed in years. And the date right on the front page says it all. June 11, 1894. For Charlie, that's it. This is real. He's actually traveled back in time. And right then and there, a plan just clicks in his head. He decides he's going to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois, one for him and one for his wife. Why there? Because to him, Galesburg in 1894 is the perfect escape, a peaceful, wonderful world before all the big wars and worries of his time. But his big dream comes to a screeching halt at the ticket window. He pulls out his money, and the clerk just looks at him funny. He says his modern bills are no good, accuses him of trying to cheat him. Charlie panics, thinking he's going to get arrested, so he just turns and runs, leaving 1894 behind. So after that scare, Charlie's done. He stops looking for the 3rd level and just tries to get back to his normal life. But the story isn't quite done with him yet. One night, he's looking through his old stamp collection, and he finds something that changes absolutely everything. So to get what happens next, you need to know what a first-day cover is. Basically, stamp collectors will mail an envelope to themselves on the very first day a new stamp comes out. The postmark on it proves the date, so it's like a tiny time capsule of that specific day. And usually, you never open them. So Charlie is going through his collection, and he finds one of these things. But this one just shouldn't exist. It was mailed from Galesburg, Illinois, way back on July 18, 1894. It's been sitting there for decades. And guess what? It's not empty. There's a letter inside.
He carefully opens it, and the letter is to him. It's talking about how wonderful life is in Galesburg, and it's telling Charlie and his wife to keep looking for the third level, saying it's real and totally worth it. And then at the bottom, it's signed Sam.
And suddenly it all makes sense. His friend, Sam Weiner, had just vanished a little while ago. Nobody knew where he went. Now Charlie knows. He didn't just disappear. He found the third level, and he actually made it to 1894. But hold on a second. Who was Sam again?
That's right, Sam. The same Sam who told Charlie it was all a waking dream wish fulfillment, the voice of logic and reason, the man of science. Turns out, even he couldn't resist the idea of escaping. He found the door, and he walked right through it.
And that's the question the story leaves us with, isn't it? That letter seems like solid proof, but could it be just one last beautiful delusion? We never get a final answer, and it makes you wonder, what's more powerful, the world we actually live in, or the world we wish for so much that maybe, just maybe, we can make it real?